Dear ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to start.
It is a great pleasure to have you today at this forum. My name is Anastasiya Oleksiyenko. I'm a student at New York University, Abu Dhabi, and this is Maryna Prykhodko. She's a student at New York University. We started to work on this forum approximately 3 months ago. It was Maryna who initially supplied the idea, and she just told me one day, Nastya, why don't we have a forum on Ukraine? And I agreed with her that not so many people know about the current issues in Ukraine, and many would like to know.
Nastya and I are both from Kharkiv, Ukraine, which is in eastern Ukraine. And it's very hard for us not to talk about the war when we're together because it's so close physically and mentally to us. But it's not enough that we're just talking about it. We also noticed that nobody's talking about Ukraine at NYU, and NYU is the #1 private research university in the nation, and very important things happen here, and very important people walk in these halls, you could say, at NYU, and Ukraine is important too. And so we thought we should have a discussion about Ukraine in a formal setting with the best speakers that we could find. Nastya and I got very lucky. We received the support of the NYU Liberal Studies Department, in particular Heidi White, Professor Heidi White, and right over there, and Nick Volker, who they both helped. They both helped make this a reality for us, and of course, the speakers. Without the speakers, this would be just us talking to you for a long time.
We intentionally made this forum open to anyone, so that students, faculty, businessmen, journalists all have the opportunity to come, Ukrainians, non-Ukrainians. We would like to see that the international community actively participates in discussing the issues in Ukraine. We find that this is an ambitious undertaking for us. This is the first time that we do the forum of this scope, but we believe that it will reward itself. We changed the format of the event a couple of times to make sure that it is as manageable as it can be. And the way we would like to see this forum explains the name of the forum, Ukraine Finding Its Way, because we would like to see that Ukraine finds its own way in the world, making Russia propaganda about Ukraine just simply irrelevant. And we want this forum to be a ground for rigorous intellectual discussion on Ukraine, and a place where democratic civilian action can spring up.
So tonight we have 4 speakers with us today. It was supposed to be 5, but unfortunately, being a very important person, His Excellency Mr. Yuri Sergeyev could not be here tonight. He's the permanent representative of Ukraine to the United Nations, and naturally, he has some prior engagements that got in the way of him being here tonight. But I mean, even without him, the people we have speaking tonight are the best of the best, the cream of the crop, leading experts in their fields, just very important people in general, and we thank them for being here tonight. We have from right to left, Professor Yuri Shevchuk. He's a lecturer of Ukrainian culture and language at Columbia University. He has written his own textbook about teaching students the Ukrainian language, which, if you can imagine, that's about 1 in a million, those types of textbooks. And then we have Professor Hiroaki Kuromiya from Indiana University. He flew in from Indiana today just to be here with you tonight, and he was just recently in Kyiv, Ukraine, actually. He wrote a very well-known and an important historical book about the Donbas region, so he's an expert, in fact, on the Donbas region, the most contested region in Ukraine right now. Ayla Bakali, she is an executive member of the World Council of Crimean Tatars and the USA representative. And with her, they will be speaking jointly. Rifat Chubarov, he is the chairman of the World Council of Crimean Tatars, is the highest ranking member, you could say. So, why don't we get started?
Each speaker will have approximately 15 minutes to present. After each speaker, we will have a short Q&A session. And after individual presentations, all speakers will be invited on a short panel discussion to discuss the future of Ukraine. I would like to present to you now our first speaker, Dr. Hiroyuki Kuromiya. He was educated in Japan and in the United States. He received his bachelor's from the University of Tokyo in 1977 and his PhD from Princeton University in 1985. He held a research position at Harvard University and Cambridge University. He now teaches Russian, Soviet, and Ukrainian history at Indiana University. Dr. Kuromiya is an author of several very important books on Ukraine, including Stalin's Industrial Revolution, Politics and Workers, and his famous book, Freedom and Terror in the Donbass, Ukrainian-Russian borderland, 1870s, 1990s. And as Maryna mentioned, Dr. Kuromiya just came from a visit to Kyiv, where he held a presentation related to the region of Donbass called The Burden of History. So, welcome, Dr. Kuromiya.